way as well.
But yeah.
So, not going to have any of that same opportunity.
Yeah, that Aurora ban about as good as a slice of pizza right now, I think, as we get that taken away with the Yone 2. Also, Quid performed on that. The Skarner gone. Sejuani B1 is a new direction.
Yeah. I thought we'd just go back towards the Renekton to kind of get, or like a takeaway from Sniper, because I feel like you just go Renekton now.
Yep.
And then does River want to go back towards something like a Jarvan or something along these lines? But you can even get AD carry priority with the Ashe still open as well. So you've got a ton of options here.
Let's just wait and see. Okay, he's going through his champ pool. I'm waiting. You're not going to blind anything but the Renekton. Let's be completely real.
Renekton Ashe is not a terrible idea.
You know what I've noticed, Dagda? I mean, we've had Syndra open for a few games as well. Some teams are bypassing it. Things like the Orianna, things are being bypassed as well. I wonder with these comp setups, if we start getting more of those mid lane mages here, it just depends how confident they are picking it up blind.
Yeah, I feel like when you have the Sejuani, a lot of teams will opt in back to the Akali and these kind of things where you want to get the double melee to be able to proc her stuff. But and also just because I think Ashe is so incredibly strong, we're going to see that taken. But Renekton doesn't really like Syndra because she ends up being such a pain in the ass for him. So I'm wondering if you actually get the shift over into take the Syndra and then go for like a Gnar or something in the top lane for heavy. But it does also still mean you're not getting that melee anywhere then. In well, at least 50%
it's a mega Gnar. Yeah, I know what you mean. Gnar for Evie. By the way, side note, this pick band music slaps. This is like the best pick band music I've ever seen as we get the Jhin Syndra. So we do get range. Glad I asked the question at the very least. I didn't expect the direction to come through, but they're going to try and put Dasher on something that maybe syncs up with jungle a little bit, or maybe add a little bit of range and pick potential here to the Hawks draft.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you're going to round this out then with a mid lane. Is it so? I don't really know what you want to try and go for, because LeBlanc doesn't do too well into the Syndra either, so it is just going to be the Orianna. So nothing too crazy. Okay. So now I feel like when you're Hawks, you have to try and ban away the Nocturne, because you don't want to do the Nocturne Orianna combo. Just very, very potent. Well, you still have many options as a setup tool here for Rivers, like even with the Jarvan as well. Eyla can still go to that. So I think it's a Nocturne Jarvan ban coming through on towards the Hawks gaming side. And then you can try and round out this composition with the Viego for River if you really want to. Try and just play for that protection with the Viego, and then get your Rel or Leona then for Eyla on the opposite side.
Snowball skirmishes and really take over. I like the idea of the Viego as an afterthought here for River, as you said. Jarvan's going to go first. Great on that, at least in some of the highlight moments of 100 Thieves Rainbow 7. Now, you already mentioned, you already came through and mentioned some of the other setup junglers here as well, as we start banning away top laners, including the Jax against Sniper.
Yeah, so like if you want to go full, you know, what's a co-stream, you can go like, it should be the Nocturne here, you get the Camille ban coming through on here. You then end up taking the, you can go for like the Viego into this position. Actually, the Urgot, I'm kind of surprised at. And then you can round out with whatever support counter matchup you want on the bottom side. But then the curiosity is, what do you want to try and go for? Because I think Gnar could be really good in the top lane if that G wants to try and work out for Evie. But I don't think you want to go for that because you don't have the melee pick, right? So I think you have to go towards something like a Cassante. And then you end up in a fine spot anyway as Ebby. But yeah, no, they don't actually ban the Nocturne. So there's a Nocturne instead.
So, slammed in.
I'm surprised they didn't end up banning the Nocturne. I really thought that would be the play. But you just, great target selection now. Like Syndra, very vulnerable to this. Jhin, vulnerable to this. At least Syndra can build a stopwatch. Well, not stopwatch anymore, but Seeker's arm cards. The rest of your comp kind of struggles with this.
And you just slap an engaged support, which there are plenty available. And you have the roundabout. Now, Dagda, I loved your drawing. I don't think we saw it on broadcast, but I really liked it. Yo, if this is the last game for SHG, they're going out with a bang. Rek'Sai locked in. Sejuani's already there. Now, this could be like the Broken Blade angle where Evie takes a top, or we get a Sejuani top. Both have happened in recent history of this year.
I think it'll be the Rek'Sai top, because I'm pretty sure even when I look back at, I'm going to double check here, but Evie did play it in that top lane, even though it was quote-unquote like nerfed. I think he still ended up playing it. Yeah, he had like 6 games of it in the PCS and LJL respectively, but I think that's where it is, going to move into the top side. You get the Alistar, so you still got that engage, the follow-up coming through from the Rek'Sai. It's not as strong as it used to be because that nerf was to the healing, so you don't get as much control. So it's still, I think, Renekton somewhat favored, but Yeah, I really like what 100 Thieves have brought to the table here. You've got ease of engage with the Shockwave and the Nocturne combo. You got great follow-up with the pick potential from an Ashe. Easy setup then for the Renekton to get in and the Braum even to try and stop a lot of that follow-up that can come through on the initial engage coming through from Vsta or Forest on the opposite side. Again, so for me, this seems like an easy game for 100 Thieves. I think it's more on HAWKS to try and disrupt things. Yeah. And you do have push, you do have opportunities to find that. But we haven't really seen HAWKS, you know, throw a wrench into the work or try and do something extreme, which I feel like they need to do with a composition like this.
Well, I think if you've got a comp like this, that's the start of the wrench, but at least we want to see that, you know, if 100 Thieves get it thrown at them, can they dodge it? Yeah. Okay? And now I'm just going in dodgeball references.
Yeah, you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge it.
Yeah. I think right now they're in dire strait. HAWKS bring this into action. I want to see HAWKS give us something as well. Lost 2-0 to the GAM. Will this be their final road?
Oh, River already going to find Forest.
Peekaboo.
Get some damage down. It won't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but...
I forgot last game, River was better than Forest.
True.
I forgot, you know? And,
which is as Pokemon expects us to be.
Yes, exactly right.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, actually. No, wait, why did I agree with that? As you're getting a quick look at international history, it is the first debut of SHG at an international. On the other side, 100 Thieves, remember, been here before. The 100 Thieves roster, you know, back in 2018. Bro, that was some time ago. That was like 6 years ago.
But for HAWKS, it's, you know, that LJL was dominated by Detonation Focus Me for innumerable times throughout the years and the splits, but they kind of got their opportunity to beat them out, then move into the PCS and come in as the second seed. So definitely their opportunity to shine. Whereas for 100 Thieves, never expected to be here. A lot of people were like, oh, well, this is a team that has a terrible win rate. They really stepped up when Tomo came in, giving that control on bot side, but even going up against Cloud9, a lot of people were like, no, this just isn't their time.
99%, like, analyst pick rate. I remember, you know, watching LCS, looking at fan picks as well. No one really predicted, and for 100 Thieves, they went against the Doubters, they won. You know, big risk to bring in a new AD carry as well, that late into the year. But again, it worked out well as, I thought we were gonna see a bit of an invade, but it's normal standard lanes, and Tomo and Eyla just going to get the push here, as you'd expect, in Jhin versus Alistar, as Alistar level 1 does absolutely nothing. So he just stands back, and Vsta takes half his HP.
Yeah, but he looks really cool.
He looks cool.
Best, you know?
That is true. He does look very cool. As this top lane matchup is interesting. I mean, Renekton, as you expect, is going to do fine at the level 1, but I think level 3 is going to be trying to see what the Rek'Sai can get us all in. And Rek'Sai has a lot of sustain as well. So both top laners are probably just going to heal up a lot.
Yeah, and that's kind of it. It is a little bit of a explosive matchup with who can get control early, tends to take over, but I'm pretty sure the reason we saw Rek'Sai fall out of favor was because she couldn't match up into a lot of these matchups anymore because of how much her sustain got hit in that top lane. So that's where we're seeing Sniper at least having a good time at the moment. River also using this as a potential chance to invade.
Going to be on a ward though, so they see that River's here and Forest calling for a bit of assistance, but you can see Dasher won't be able to do anything. You're right, from who indeed? Quid so close to solo killing. Dasher flashes away because Quid was about to kick his butt. Smite goes down. Dagda, I'm not sure about River. He gets the flea at the very least, but Forest is tanky enough. Sniper moves down as well, and 100 Thieves. Big win through mid and jungle. Yeah,
nice start for them. The fact you get that steal, they did back off because they weren't certain on where Dasher was going to try and TP to try and make some sort of play, but we'll end up just backing out. And nice early lead for the LCS boys.
It's good trade from here and Evie in the top side, especially with the early game. You want to see that Evie actually gets something back here, but with the steal of the blue buff moving to his own jungle here, look at how much River has left to clear as well. And Dasher now no summoners. I'm wondering how they expose this lane.
But I think like Eddie coming back onto this roster was such a big talking point because it was him leaving Detonation Focus Me, leaving Arya and trying to take over for this squad in the LJL and coming into the PCS. But unfortunately, when it gets to the world stage, he hasn't had that same impact that I won't say we've come to expect from him, because look, we had a bit of a rough time in the LEC, but he was always someone that you had to keep your eyes on when it came to international competition, but just hasn't been able to get as much control over Sniper. And yes, he's got a small CS lead at the moment, but that's because the wave is meant to crash, and River's behind Dasher.
Yeah, and again, with no summon, as I mentioned before, River flashes in, looks for the fear, and he'll find it. Good scat of the week. It actually saved from the fear, so Dasher gets out of harm's way.
But look at where the wave is. Quid just gets to hold on to this now and dashes a long walk back.
Flash, I mean, another flash from Tomo as well, and sent packing is Eyla right into jungle hands. He flashes out, but he won't be getting out. Permafrost, first blood to Marble. Great timing from Forest.
Nicely done, and Vsta as well. Very happy to take Eyla in that one. The flash away, kind of a bit, I think, overextension, because you don't want to burn the heal either, which at least Eyla held on to, but something back for Hawks on the bottom side.
I mean, double summoners, that's a lot here. Flash from Ashe, flash from Braum. It's a big win, especially with how mid and jungle was going after we just experienced that invade. So a nice little start here for Marble on this Jhin. And as I was saying before, Dagda, you know, in that last series, it really felt like against Gam, even though things were going wrong elsewhere, the 2v2 was getting solo kills, they were getting kills in lane, they were impactful. Yeah, you're just going to see more explosive trading like this, but healing up at the same time. So at least getting something for Marble here feels like a reliable member to look forward to if SHG can do this into a lead.
Yeah, and we have Hawks trying to use that fact that they just got the kills on bot side to rotate Marble now up to the top end and fight for Void Grubs. They should get us. Like, you can already, again, this was kind of what we saw from 100 Thieves in the last one. Give first rotation, take second rotation of Grubs, and you're still in a perfectly fine spot. The only thing I think you'll need to do is, where we're already watching Eyla in mid, is rotate Eyla up here, just to make sure there's no funny business going on with like a potential dive onto Sniper, or at least being in a position to cover, because River just wants to farm out his camps as quickly as possible to hit 6. So Forest already in position, so may have just got an opportunity to keep 100 Thieves out of here, but yeah, once they know that Eyla is still in mid lane, I don't think they can really overforce this play. Yeah.
The one thing I'll say, Dagda, is I've just seen Sniper hit level 6. I've also seen mid hit level 6. Ashe is moving up. Tomo, not with his arrow, but 100 Thieves will feel confident here because they've got the levels first, and they're in position first as well. Marble and Vsta get the push up top side, but Tomo, as he moves into position, 100 Thieves will take 2 of the grubs here away from SHG.
Yeah, and it will just be the push on bottom side. So Tomo and Eyla are going to move to match the top lane push of the double AD, or the duo lane from Hawks, and you'll have the TP from Sniper into that bot lane, I imagine, to try and keep turret plates, but quicker reset now coming in from Marble and Vsta. They immediately want to move down into this bottom lane, so I don't think it'll be a turret place take for Evi, just more of a opening up the map to make sure that Marble can get down there.
This Quid movement is really clean this game on Orianna. As long as you can dodge away from orbs and scatter the weak, it's small movement. I remember Rookie talking about it many, many years ago, Dagda, and he talks about like those mouse clicks have to be on point. They have to be really close to each other so you can adjust.
Which is a lot of words to just say dodge the balls.
Yeah. I mean, it was a translated interview, so yeah, I guess he could have saved it by saying just dodge, you know? Just forehead, just dodge.
In true LPL and LCK fashion, just be better.
I mean, Quid is having a good time in lane, and it can be quite annoying bursting up as Evi goes a little bit too early. Yes, 3 turret shots, okay. He will be able to jump up and heal that, but look, at the very least, as he runs out, he picks up the turret plate. Gold does go over to this top lane Rek'Sai, now 300 in the lead.
Still, Dragon open available if teams want to try and put focus on that. You can kind of look at where Hawks are positioned on the map. They'd like to make that opportunity happen, but 6 just picked over for River. Quid has to opt in towards the early Merc threads, which makes him a little bit less of a threat. And this is kind of something we talked about on the desk yesterday, is that Orianna, while very strong in the opportunity to take over a lane, she does need time to scale, and especially with the Merc thread stops off, which is necessary in this matchup. It means that you're delaying a lot of those damage items or even like lost chapters and stuff like this. So I think 100 Thieves kind of aware of that, avoiding these moments to fight because they're just not quite strong enough, and would look to play the map instead. And if you look at where Nocturne is at the moment, I think you can just play for this invade, try and keep pressure on towards the top side, and also maybe even look for a dive against Rek'Sai.
Well, Dragon also pops up so they know Evi. Also, the good thing is Tremor Sense sees everyone here. He's going to have to get out over the wall. He's saving that tunnel system just for another day. Oh, the music is great. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. River's going to turn it around, though. Wait, the arrow might be in detriment. Evi jumped into this, and the paranoia means they have no clue. He runs out, but flashed on again. Evi went in to die. Rough to see as SHG now committed into this jungle, but one by one, they go marching into death.
That Rek'Sai was way less threatening than Jaws.
Yeah,
that was not it. Tries to go in, 100 Thieves happily catch and make sure that they're in a fine spot. Now there's no one to defend this top lane turret either, so it'll be turret plates on top of this for Tomo. Nice job by 100 Thieves, cross-mapping well, playing on the macro game. It's how they beat Hawks in game number 1, and it looks like they want to try and play for that again in game number 2 here.
I mean, again, it's just all these plays that keep throwing. They keep throwing things at the wall to see if it sticks, Dagda. And like game one so far, for 100 Thieves, they stand sturdy, they hold strong, and they go, no, that's not going to work. And so now you see that we've got a kill on River. His first paranoia was at melee range, but we call that a success, considering how it cut off SHG from knowing what's coming next.
Yeah, the resets are now coming through for the second Void Grubs. Already, Tomo and Eyla moving up towards this top side, want to try and contest in the wave state. River moving to this bottom side so then he can clear up into this top half. I think I'd like to see 100 Thieves try and hard commit off of mid push, which I think is why we're seeing Eyla move over here, so they can have shove, get vision control in River, and look for a pick before the fight starts. Because again, Quid, not very strong when it comes to damage, but River is.
Okay, might get ganked here though, flashes away. Evie with a good unburrow in the making. However, doesn't pull the trigger. Dasher. He now has a flashless Orianna in his face, while Sniper just hits side lane. Demolish plus Grubs is an easy two-plate take.
That's an easy, nearly 30 CS lead as well. This is absolutely insane coming through. The fact that, like, you just haven't been... They keep trying to cheat Ebby into positions where maybe they can throw this early game a bit awry, but they're just not finding that success. And now that Ebby has moved his way back to bot side and has no TP, Sniper finishes Black Cleaver, he can maybe move up towards this mid lane, but 100 Thieves again, just taking it slow, not wanting to overcommit.
Arctic Assault was used on River, that'll have a short cooldown, but Marvel now defending top side as Grubs are back up and available, but 100 Thieves are starting this off, and 5 seconds till River has that ulti.
And that's what they're playing for here. The vision is there to try and make a pick happen. Ayla playing for this choke point where you can get a good ultimate off.
Marvel setting up in the back line with his ultimate available as well, and there's some poke coming through with some prey seekers here and there, but Sniper has now shown up. Paranoia in, and the submarine again works to success. Unleashed Power did nothing, by the way, from Dasher, and even though he gets a good scout of the week, Forest is left alone. Sniper flashes in, he's feeling it, but now he's under turret. Is it too far from man? Has he gone beyond his limit? Sniper, yes, is the answer as Evie gets the knock up round about 100 Thieves. Maybe a bit too deep as a double kill goes over to Dasher, but 100 Thieves in the end will still find themselves 5 Grubs, despite Sniper wanting more blood.
Definitely didn't need to give over the last few kills, but still, they're happy out. They got what they came for, those Grubs, and I was a little nervous when I saw them, 100 Thieves, giving that much space to Hawks, because realistically I thought that they would have tried to take the fight in this sort of area, but they end up pushing backwards. But then the follow-up is just so nice with the Orianna ult. As Hawks fall back into the choke once more, that's then where they take the fight. Eyla ends up getting the knock-up to create that slowing zone as well, which means that you're not really able to escape. But Sniper, this was risky, the angle of attack that he tries to come in with here, because Ebby zoned him out one way. He dashes trying to get onto Dasher, but I think at this stage, you're happy, call it quits. But it does mean that then Eyla, who comes around to try and protect him as well, ends up just falling with him too. Couldn't get that shield up. Like, there's still a smile for Golden Glue. No. You can tell it's a positive play, but it could have gone a little better.
Even Spooks on the side is like, I don't know about that one, Chief. Man, I tell you what, seeing their faces is gold. It was in the R7 series, it is once again, but still overall, a 2K gold lead, 5 Grubs in their back pocket, a 2K gold lead that again is mainly on the jungle, by the way. River has got Stride Breaker, and versus first item from Forest here, the gold difference. Obviously, it's a much cheaper item, so I mean, I'm saying this is a win so far for the Nocturne, who once again almost has ulti back up in 10 seconds time.
Black Cleaver now completed for Sniper means he can actually get through Evie fairly quickly as well. Like Conqueror, the Black Cleaver's procs, and the slim level advantage as well working in their favor. 100 Thieves now going on towards bot side. You have River who can always join into this. And this is what makes this Nocturne so frustrating to play against, because Forest has to be in the lane to actually deal with any sort of play, whereas River can farm his blue buff and still always be threatening both mid and bot at any period in time. So 100 Thieves just playing off that fact, making it very easy to go aggressive on towards any sort of lane.
It's death's door for SHG. Game's not over, but against match point here as Quid doesn't cancel the back. He came close, but second Dragon's going to go over to 100 Thieves in the end anyway. So a lot of pressure coming through from that mid lane again. Quid has improved a lot. I think we need to quickly just take some highlight and talk about Quid's last end of series, the 0-8 Vex. That didn't work out, that got bullied, that got caught out. Quid received a lot of backlash online, and I think from community as a whole, NA fans especially. But this series has been his road to redemption. Versus Syjuani, a clean game. This Orianna has been really clean with individual movement, and how he's played these setup for fights. And it is nice to see how he's kind of come back and really bounced back on his feet for such an impactful series.
I 100% agree. I think the opportunity for 100 Thieves as a whole to kind of show what they're capable of could actually work out very well here. Just rewriting some of the narratives that have been spun around them could work out, but you still have to try and finish this one through. And at the moment, 100 Thieves not overextending, not giving that moment. But this could be it. Reserve Child has started.
It's all red. Eyla's going to get locked down. There's a deadly flourish popped out of the way of the curtain call, though, but Eyla's absorbing the pressure. Zhin again. River goes over the wall. In fact, he found a little pick on the back end. Quid contributes, finds a kill as Evie has to get out of there. They're trying to reposition, but Forest again in the front line. He can't run. 100 Thieves are picking them apart, and SHG's comp just ain't working together.
Now they needed something that could disrupt this, and maybe it's Tomo.
Is he caught out?
No flash.
He's got no flash available. He barriers, he needs his team, but he's just going to die in the end. Elisa re-engages there as Vsta disengages himself, but Heavy through the tunnel system buys some more time. Quid brings in the ball. No shield. Flash auto. Gets the kill, and redemption indeed he finds.
Quid taking a couple of pounds off of this Rek'Sai as he walks away, but still, honestly, worse for 100 Thieves. They don't get Rift Herald, which they really would have liked to try and crack open these turrets. So even though Hawks lose a couple of members, Tomo's mispositioning there actually really coming out in a deficit. Like, the engage onto Eyla is never going to work out. This guy, he's got the shield, he's incredibly tanky, and it just buys time then for 100 Thieves to engage. The arrow zoning the Jhin away. A follow-up from Sniper, who's incredibly strong. Quid just been able to play into this choke once more. This has been such a downpour onto Hawks every time they try and step into this position. But Tomo not respecting the engage from Heavy, no flash available, doesn't retreat towards the tower, and it's just a bounce house. But lack of Herald, pretty important. Now, I imagine you can just go back to it as 100 Thieves, but still would have liked to pick that one up immediately just to keep this game rolling in their favor.
It's not looking good. The LJL first seed for the PCS second seed. And their last hurrah as a region. Their last stand. Again, they're getting jumped on left, right, and center. This Nocturne just cleaving apart. Forest is always here to try and help, but as he flashes away, he's matched by Sniper. Forest better than River, I said game one, and I take that back in centerfold. River clears as Tomo finds another one. And let me just tell you, there's puddles everywhere while the Forest are getting cut down.
Oh, Shockwave has to be flashed away from Marbles before he just lost his. River has been the standout player for 100 Thieves all of Worlds so far. The Viego was sick. He tried to hold on in their first series, but now as the team rallies into this second series at the play-in stage, 100 Thieves are looking absolutely fantastic.
And how much better they look when Quid's also functioning with the roster as well. I know I've already talked about him, but when the solo laners are able to step up for 100 Thieves, it looks like a completely different ball game. Having that reliability there, River can play his game, and 2-0 and 8, almost 100% kill participation. The Thieves are getting away with it, but they didn't have to steal anything from this game. They just took it nice and slowly. They bought the products. They walked in Dagda, and now you can see that their shopping basket's got about a 5-6K gold lead at 17, 18 minutes into the game.
And with Dragon in 50 seconds, the Rift Child in tow, like, they're bringing personal assistance alongside them. They can start to put pressure on towards tier 2s, which is not great yet. They need they needed just an SUV. They need a big old car to take everything home with them.
And who's going to carry out the grocery bags in the end?
That is true.
We got so many questions we need to ask, bro. They got too much money. Oh, I'm hungry.
What?
I think about supermarkets, I get hungry. Bro, watching 100 Thieves like this, you do get hungry. Sniper might be caught out, so it's not all good and bad here, but blocked. Eyla blocks it. The Orianna shockwave maybe a little bit early, but the damage is still done because River flies. Vsta now left alone again. And this is just the story of this game. The utter domination of 100 Thieves here in this series. They pick apart the pieces, they catch SHG off guard, and Sniper brings up the emote. And it is well worth it here in this game. That feels completely unlosable for 100 Thieves at this point.
The River might be turning off the lights on Hawks at Worlds 2024, but he is certainly guiding 100 Thieves into the light. Hey. This performance with the Nocturne has been absolutely incredible.
Eyla.
The pick on Marble. He's gonna fall, cannot get away from the slows.
Clean.
Eyla tanking the turret. everything is going the way of 100 Thieves.
Every single thing. A 10k gold lead now before Baron even spawns. This is the 100 Thieves we came to see. There is a teleport trying to catch them out as Quid has no mana available. Vsta's going to bop River back on in, but there's a lot of damage to be done. Eyla's helping out at no health as well. Evie gets a good knock-up. There is a shutdown. Eyla blocks the rest of the damage, jumps in to try and recuperate, but Evie comes out with the Void Rush in the end. Flashes over the wall. As Forrest's angle is great to keep him in play. And Sniper, he doesn't have his ulti up yet. 2 picks so far at the trade of 2. Marble's already dead as he turns around, a paranoia inside, and just when you think SHG have some breathing room, it's taken away again. Sniper chasing down, and 100 Thieves. It doesn't matter what SHG find at this point. There's just a wallet diff.
Yeah, but Sniper still needs to be careful. Wants to look for the slice and dice over the wall. Will be able to do so. Slow's coming through River. The shield falls, and he'll be picked.
Okay. We pause, we wait.
We don't pause, no pause. Go get him.
Dragon's up, and even though a jungler's dead, I mean, Evie's not alive for 5 seconds, Dagda, and they're still so strong to take it by themselves, or just get pushed and wait for jungle themselves.
Yeah, I think you just look for the push, don't give the opportunity for a steal, but is a steal even a real difference maker in this game? I don't really think so. Mid tower gonna fall as Quid will have the health bar to do so. And now it's a case of starting to walk it on through. I just don't know how Hawks are supposed to come back into it. You can see they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink, but look at the items. Oh, nice flash burnt there, but look at the items. You have no IE in sight for Marble. Ebby is picking his whatever the hell he can to try and survive in these fights. And the only one who's even a threat is Dasher, but he can maybe shut down someone if he can get past Eyla. But getting past Eyla is so difficult when he's on the Braum.
They're trying so hard to bring it back, and Dagda's trying to draw at straws here. I mean, it's rough, isn't it? In our first ever Rek'Sai top at Worlds, it looks like it's going to end in a loss. Yes, the game's not over, but watch this in play. I'm about to go underwater 50 feet deep. And in that submarine, there is Havoc. River helps Vsta find the Nexus, or at least the Fountain. 2 kills, and Baron is an easy take.
The Hawks are having their wings clipped. 100 Thieves moving over towards the Baron. There is little that they can do. Ebby trying desperately here.
But as he walks in, a Braum shield in the way, Ebby crawls out. A Sniper threatens on the edge as well. Baron still being done, a curtain call as well. There's good damage, but Sniper runs into the whole team, but he ain't dead. He's a Renekton. The 17-year-old prodigy is feeling it, and he deserves it after the way he's played this series. Dasher TP's in just to watch the world burn.
Sniper gets stunned, but I think he's just locked up. Hawks in place, Baron taken, Nocturne reset. You just move back onto the map. Sure, you can take Dragon, but I think 100 Thieves know the writing's on the wall. Dragon's not for them. It's the base in sights.
Another Red Bull Baron power play that I think is going to fly off the charts. Dagda, what do you say about this series? What do you say about this game?
100 Thieves are back.
100 Thieves are back.
Yeah.
Like, it's no doubt, and when it was chaotic between them and Rainbow Seven, this feels like a completely different team. It's incredible.
But this is the performance they needed to put up if they want to try and take down PSG talent. The coordination on these engages has been perfect. One went a bit astray, but apart from that, they've consistently found the key targets that they need to. We literally said Syndra's the only one that's 2 items that could be a threat. They take her down immediately. And then even here, Sniper, knowing that he's got Eyla in his back pocket, you can get these stuns off so quickly in these fights the second Eyla lands anything. And here even, the blast cone, flash over, CC train, setting up them for Quid. He gets the move speed thanks to the command dissonance, and they're just able to chase them down so easily.
Sniper just playing with his food right now, 4-1 and 8-2. You can say anything about anyone on this team in this series. Someone stepped up at one point or another. Even Eyla's had a bit of criticism. The guy used to cast in the Oceanic Challenger series, bro is popping off too. But Evie, you watching him mid against Sniper, dominant use, Evie running for the hills. And with Baron, mid is also going to crush. Bot is not inside, excuse me, top lane is coming into.
Yeah, it's Rek'Sai and Ara for Hawks, it seems.
Sorry, that was Dash's reaction live on cam. I mean, it's heartbreak, isn't it? The Japanese representatives, it felt like they could find something in this world, but with a double down, with Evie soon to follow, with 100 Thieves walking into the base freely. It is a last defense after last defense after last defense. A curtain call that does no damage. A TP to end it all.
Hawks need something. They go in, they want it, but is it enough?
And there's a knock-up. There's many of knock-ups, but Vsta gets soon taken care of. 100 Thieves are back. And our second eliminated team at Worlds is the LJL first seed, the PCS second seed. Expectations be damned. You had questions about 100 Thieves coming into this one. They return to form as they walk away for the time being. At least SHG might be able to defend a little bit more onto River. Heavy jumps, but River's now out of sight. Ulti burned, River hitting the back. It's a slow burn, Dagda, and I think they're just grasping at straws again.
Still with Quid coming in, this should be it. The shockwave should help out. That's a storm surge, but they are starting to slowly get picked off. Marble should be the next to fall. And then it's Vsta who's only left.
It's a scrap in the end, isn't it? But Quid's here with a full mana bar. The minions are going to do the work. That's an LCS throwback if I've seen one. And 100 Thieves 2-0. SHG will leave their mark on Worlds finally and move to a date with PSG for the last spot at Swiss.
These are the most loose-lipped Thieves that I've ever seen.
Yep.
An incredible statement coming through from the saying they are not pushed out. They are here to play still at the world stage, and they are looking at PSG talent as the next step in the mark to get to the main stage.
It was well deserved. Everyone pulling their weight, it feels like. A completely different series, and yeah, I'm not sure SHG realized what just happened. Outclassing in every role, and you know, they put on a valiant effort. I think there were times in the GAM series where we saw the highlights, the star power, but not enough when 100 Thieves are switched on a day. It kind of shows you why they are the third seed, why they can beat Cloud9, why they are here. Games like that represent the region well.